Patch 4.3 has been released, and of course, that means Navia has been released too. Finally, we have the newest Geo character after almost 2 years. But does the Navia kit live up to the hype? Without much ado, let's take a look at Navia's kit, build, weapons, and team comp together. First, of course, we will discuss the talent. Let's discuss the elemental skill. Ceremonial Crystal Shot. When using skill, Navia will shot enemies with her rival. But there is a special way if you want Navia's skill damage to be higher. That is, when Navia or other character in the team receives elemental shards from Crystallize, Navia will get 1 stack of Crystal Sharpnel. This stack can be seen to the left of Navia. Yep, this bullet image is a sign of how many stacks Navia has. Navia can collect a total of 6 stacks. The more bullet stacks you collect, the higher the damage. Then, not only with tap skills, you can also use hold skills to aim more accurately. Navia's skill has a cooldown of 9 seconds. Next, we will discuss Navia's ultimate or elemental burst. As the sunlit sky singing salute, Navia will summon several large cannons and fire them at the enemy. This attack causes continuous AoE geo damage, and when this cannon attack is hitting an enemy, it will give Navia 1 stack of bullets. This effect can be triggered every 2.4 seconds. Navia's ultimate has a duration of 12 seconds. It also has 15 seconds cooldown and 60 energy cost. After discussing skills and ultimates, let's discuss Navia's passive talent. The first is Undisclosed Distribution Channels. After Navia uses the skill, she will get Geo Infusions for 4 seconds. And then, Navia's charge, plunge, and normal attack damage will increase by 40% as long as Geo Infusion is active. The second passive talent is Mutual Assistance Network. For each party member with Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, and Electro elements, Navia will get 20% additional attack, a maximum of 2 stacks, which means you can get a total attack buff of 40%. For talent, you can prioritize raising your skill level first, the normal attack, and finally the ultimate. Okay, we already know how Navia's kit works. Now, let's find a suitable weapon for her. Of course, Navia's signature weapon, Verdict, will be the best choice for her. But there are other 5-star alternative weapons that you can use. Beacon of the Red Sea, Red Horn, Storm Tracer, Skyward Pride, the Unforged, and Wolf Gravestone. You can also use both Battle Pass Claymores, such as Serpent Spine and Talking Stick. But for those of you who are F2P players and use 4-star weapons, you can use the archive prototype from crafting, Black Cliff Slasher, Royal Great Sword, Luxurious Sea Lord, and the new weapon in this event patch, namely the Ultimate Overlord Mecha Magic Sword. You can even use Navia the 3-star weapon, Debate Club. Next, we discuss the artifacts that Navia will use. For the best options, you can use Nighttime Whisper in the Echoing Woods to add additional bonus attack and geo damage. You can also use 4-piece Marejosi Hunter, but if you want to use those artifacts, you must bring Farina on your team to activate the 4 pieces buff. And as an alternative, you can mix and match split piece of 2 Archaic Petras and 2 attack percents artifact. Then for the main stats, you can use attack percent for Sands, Geo damage bonus goblet, as well as crit rate or crit damage circlet. For the artifact substat, you can prioritize crit rate or crit damage, then attack percent, and finally energy recharge. After knowing how to build Navia, it's time to combine team comp. Navia has 2 team comps. Both of them are very good and meta. The first one is Navia Geo Duo team. Use Navia with Zhongli, Ningguang, or Albedo for more crystallization and geo resonance. And then for the remaining 2 characters, you are free to choose any characters that can trigger crystallized elemental reactions. You can use Bennett, Farina, Fischl, Cookie, whoever. Okay, for the second team compositions, namely Multi-Team Navia. As the name suggests, the contents of these teams are truly multi-element. This team consists of Navia, and for the remaining 3 characters, you are free to choose any healer, buffer, shielder, or sub DPS. But you have to take note, as much as possible, don't use Sandro or Anemo on Team Com Navia, because those 2 elements can't react with Geo. So you can use mix and match Hydro, Cryo, Pyro, and Electro characters as you like. But of course, the role of the character you want to use for the Navia team must still be considered. It's impossible for you to use Navia with 3 on-field DPS who use the elements that I mentioned earlier. And that's the complete discussion about the Navia kit. It can be concluded that Navia is a character who brings new fresh air to Genshin Impact player through her new gameplay. Because this is the first time we get a Geo DPS dedicated to elemental crystallized reactions. And now, Navia is one of the strong DPS in Genshin Impact. Not only is the gameplay new, simple, and fun, but Navia also brings a new meta in Genshin Impact. Yep, the crystallized meta. And that is also what makes Navia different from other Geo characters, because previously the Geo element was an element that stood alone without the help of other elements. And this is what makes Geo characters very niche and tends to depend on mono Geo teams. But this is different for Navia. Navia is different. She proved that Geo characters can be flexible and can still be meta outside of a mono Geo team. Beautiful, fun gameplay, and brings a new meta. This proves that Navia is a character that is really worth the pull. Hey, thanks for watching. We have other video you can watch. It will be popped in the screen for now. Make sure you watch it. Once again, thank you. See you in another video.